How are property tax penalty fees calculated on principal tax? Imagine missing a deadline for paying your property taxes and wondering what happens next. Well, the calculation of penalty fees can seem tricky, but it's based on clear rules. When property taxes are not paid by the due date, usually around January 31st or February 1st depending on where you live, the unpaid amount becomes delinquent. From that point, penalty fees and interest start to add up. The penalty fee is a percentage of the unpaid principal tax. For example, if you owe $1,000 and the penalty rate is 6%, you'll owe an additional $60. This penalty rate often begins at 6% if paid by February 1st and increases each month. The interest charges are calculated separately. Typically, interest accrues at about 1% per month on the unpaid amount. So, if you have not paid your taxes for 1 month, you'll owe an extra $10 in interest on the unpaid principal. The total amount you owe is the original tax plus the penalty fee plus the accumulated interest. For instance, if you owe $1,000, after 2 months with a 7% penalty and 2% interest per month, the total could be around $1,028. Some jurisdictions add extra penalties if taxes remains unpaid past certain dates. For example, after April 1st for personal property or July 1st for real estate, an additional 15 to 20% penalty might be added. These extra penalties are calculated on the total amount owed, including previous penalties and interest. It's important to pay your property taxes on time to avoid these extra charges. If you pay late, the penalty fees and interest are calculated based on how much you owe and how long it's been unpaid. Payments are usually applied first to penalties, then to interest, and finally to the principal tax. So, the longer you wait, the more these fees and interest will grow, making your total owed amount larger. Remember, each jurisdiction has its own specific rates and schedules, but they generally follow this pattern of escalating penalties over time. Staying current with your property taxes helps you avoid these extra costs and keeps your records clean.